Capricorn. Welcome to your May 2026 tarot reading brought by me, Kathleen Robinson of Karmaqueens. Now, this is the second month that I've been doing video recordings of my readings, and you're probably wondering why. Well, there's an awful lot of bots out there that are interfering with the spirit world, if you like. And I wanted you to know that you are speaking to me. I'm not a bot, and I have the experience of over 30 years reading tarot cards. And through that experience, I want to share that with you for your monthly readings. Now, the readings will be just over 10 minutes, and we'll be looking at the tarot forecast. We'll also be looking at crystal angel cards, and a new addition is yin yang cards, which we'll talk about later. So I suppose we ought to get started. So here we go. Oh, by the way, you may not see me in some instances. That's simply because I want to concentrate on the cards. So let's get started with the cards. So we're going to give them a good old mix. And then I'm going to bring the cards together. And I think I'll shuffle it once. There we go. Let's see what's out there for you. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have a look at the month of May generally. So there's 4 areas that we want to talk about. Here we are. So let's talk about the 2 of rods reversed. Some people call them wands or batons, but I call them rods. It's an English version. So this is indicating that you feel as if like you're a goldfish at the moment. People staring in at you, being observed. And sometimes that can be quite intrusive. But in reality, what this card is meaning is that somebody has got your back, if you like. It's like a mentorship, especially if you're in a new job. They're there to see you and help you and not necessarily hinder you. So bear in mind that that's something that is useful for you. One meaning of the 2 of rods reversed can mean that you're a fish circling in a little pond, and suddenly you've been called to jump into an ocean. So you're taking a leap of faith into something, and that can be very, very disorientating. So if you have been asked to step into a bigger responsibility, no wonder you feel a little bit worried about things, but have confidence in yourself and proceed. The 5 of Cups upright is about regrets. It's like crying over spilt milk, as we say, but what it's trying to say to you is the incident has already happened. So why not just learn from it and move forward instead of dwelling on it and using that excess energy in a very unuseful way. Take it as a positive and leave that energy behind and move forward. Now, this Strength card, which is a major arcana, is also reversed around you. And I think it's got something linked to this card here. You know, I talked about being a little fish into a big ocean. I think this card is saying that you don't realize your true worth of how valuable an asset you are. And it's asking you to be brave and put yourself out there and let them know exactly what you're worth. Because if you don't broadcast that, how will they ever know the true capacity of what you've got around yourself? Now, the last card, we don't like to see it, but it's there. It's the 3 of Swords upright, and that means, in a short word, heartbreak. So it could be something that's happening around you in May where you hoped that somebody would be there for you, but they're not going to be there for you, unfortunately. I don't know what leads up to it, but maybe you can sort this out before it becomes a problem. if somebody has asked you recently to do something for you and you've kind of thought, I don't know if they can do it, maybe it is that person that's got out of their depth and therefore they're not going to be there to help you when you really need them. So if that is the case, maybe you can stop that and try and get somebody else to help you in a situation. Whatever it is that they're running away from and not helping you, it's not for the sake of hurting you. It's because they're just not up to the mark. They just can't do it. And the fear factor has driven them down to that road. So bear that in mind as well. As we move on from a general feeling of what's around you, let's have a look at finances and see what is coming around you financially in May. So we've got 2 cards, again, representing that financial situation. So I've got a Queen coming in your reading, and it's important for you to know that when I see a Queen is directly speaking to you, listening to this reading. Any Queen is a man or a woman who I'm reading for, and it's their reading exactly for them. Now this Queen is on her own, and it's suggesting that financially you are on your own. You're having to make all the decisions on your own and deal with the situation. But the good news is that she represents independence and authority, and she gets things done regardless of being on her own. So you're completely capable of dealing with a situation that perhaps you wish you had somebody by your side, but it's not necessarily going to be the case. And you will do it marvelously regardless. Now I've got the 4 of Swords reversed around you, which means extreme tiredness or burnout financially. So maybe you've got to a situation in May where you just had enough of all of this and you're wanting to call a stop to it. What I would say to you is, why not put it on the back burner? Give yourself a bit of a breather before you do anything. And if you feel you need a second set of eyes to help you with your financial situation, why not get out there and do that? That's going to prove to be very good for you in those terms. Another thing I want to concentrate on is relationships and what they mean for you. And I'm talking about any type of relationship. It can be personal, it can be family, work orientated, you name it. They give you the feeling of this. And so the Moon card upright is suggesting that somebody's not giving you a very strong indication of how they feel about you, and you're having to sort of second guess your way into how you feel they may think about you, because the Moon card always has things hidden. But the good news with this card is the universe will help you sort that one out. You'll get these feelings, certainly if when you wake up from dreams, about how they feel about you in a more positive way. So although you're not getting the flags there in the open, you'll get this feeling that you are on the right track, and the universe is helping you with that. And with this 8 of Pentacles upright, this is a card called a Master Craftsman's card, and it's suggesting that you take it really seriously. What you do is what defines you, and certainly in whatever relationship you are in, you are proud to do what you do. It defines you. It's more than just a job. It makes you that special person that you are. And it seems that in some relationships around you, you're being acknowledged for being that person that they can depend on, that person that has all the answers to whatever it is that they're looking for. So that's what we've got generally on the tarot cards. And I want to go next on to another set of cards, which is called Crystal Angel cards. And you're probably wondering why. Well, in the universal way, we have to have some sort of balance around us, and the universe wants to talk back to you. So this is a way, Capricorn, of them allowing themselves to do that by using the cards as a mechanism. And they're using crystal or virtual crystal cards because crystals have a vibration, and the vibration is very healing to us. So let's just see where they feel you are this month. Okay, so just takes a bit of getting these cards together. I think I will leave them as they are, and let's just see which is the card that they brought you. So they've brought you Jade, which is all about wellness, so that's interesting. And let's just see why they've brought you Jade this month. Because it all has a backstory, and we want to see what it is that they want to say to you. Well, firstly, jade is prominently featured in Asian statues and jewelry. Usually deep green, jade has been used as a healing crystal since ancient times. And it's all about wellness. It announces improved health and wellness with a focus upon recovery. An increased commitment to healing yields positive results. And a multimodal approach to health, including prayer, faith, and optimism, is indicated and appropriate right now. It's also a sign that your own work to help others is flourishing. And God and the guardian angels are working through your intentions to bring healing energy to your loved ones and clients. Your commitment to being a healing earth angel is opening up physical and energetic avenues for your therapeutic practice. It's a good time to do research, skill building, and marketing to expand the scope of your healing and to follow your intuition closely. So that's really interesting that they brought you that card during the course of this reading. Now, before I move on to my final cards, I just want to give you a bit of the heads up about me, a bit of an ad if you like. Well, I'm Kathleen Robinson. I've been reading tarot for over 30 years. And in 2009, I opened up Karmaqueens, and we do readings, Zoom readings over the internet, which is the platform that we're on today. I also do WhatsApp readings so that if you're abroad, you can get a reading with me without having to pay huge amounts of money to use the telephone. I also do face-to-face appointments with me here in Edinburgh and Scotland. And each of those readings, you'll have an MP3 sent to your inbox so that you can download it and listen to it whenever you want. And for those of you who are not really wanting a face-to-face but need to have some connection, I do email readings, which is on my website, 5tarot.co.uk, for you if you want to do that. And remember, why not like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, because that always helps as well. So moving on to the last part of my reading, I'm talking about some cards that I particularly liked, but in order to get there, we were using these things called prayer sticks. The Buddhists use them, and I've used these many times. And what you do is that you shake them, and then one stick will come out above all others, and you'll take it and you will read the message. So it looks like it's message number 28, which is destined for me. So I thought, you know what, that's a little bit boring by doing them. So how can I make it easier and more visual? And this is why I've come across these yin yang cards, which give an insight into what the universe feels that you might want as a message for today. Certainly talking about the balance within yourself. So let's just see what they're saying. So I'm mixing the cards. Let's just see which ones they bring out. It's only one, so let's see where they're going. Just take a little bit of navigating because they are quite slippery cards. And yeah, let's just see. I think that's about right. So let's just go with the one card and just see. I'll put this up here so you can see it a little bit more clearly. and it's called Attending and Waiting. So what the message is here is keep calm, show trust to the situation, try to see no inauspicious activities that is not there, listen around, quite unexpectedly, a dropped word can help solve the problem, and you will soon get the desired situation which will end in harmony. Now, it's broken English because they are Chinese cards, but what it's trying to say is that trust the situation, something out of the blue will trigger something that will help you move forward, which is great. Now, we've got these here, which is apparently the broken links within our yin and our yang, if you like, that they're trying to resolve by giving you the forecast with that card. So I'm hoping that that will be useful. So I think we've come to the end of my reading for you today, and I hope you found it useful. Remember, try to subscribe and like onto my YouTube channel. That would be really helpful. And take care. Until the next time, I'm Kathleen Robinson.